Hey, it's Friday, August 16th, 2024. Tris Speaker, Hall of Fame, one of the greatest players of all time, one of the greatest hitters of all time, and I can prove it by looking at his career, his accomplishments, his box scores, and his stats. This video, 1916 season. 151 games, 546 at-bats. Here's a note. By looking at Baseball Reference, here's a note. He started his career in 1907. Played for the Boston Americans. They changed it to the Boston Red Sox. So he played for them 1908, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. But in the 1916 season, either he was traded or he did not sign a contract with the Boston Red Sox. He's now playing for the Cleveland Indians. 1916, what does he do for his new team? 151 games, 546 at-bats. He scores 102 runs. Fourth time over 100 runs scored. 211 hits. Second time over 200 hits in a season. How about that? You go to the new team and you just get 211 hits. 41 doubles, 8 triples, 2 homers. Not a home run guy. 79 RBIs, that's low. He has not had a 1 to 100 RBI season yet, Tris Speaker. 35 stolen bases, 82 walks, but listen to this. And I said he was one of the greatest hitters of all time. How about this? 386 batting average, wins the batting title, takes it away from Ty Cobb. Cobb had a run going where he got 12 batting titles. I think he got 9 in a row, 8 or 9 in a row. But Tris Speaker broke it up. 386 batting average. What did Ty Cobb do in 1916 to not get the batting title? Well, let's look him up. Ty Cobb, 1916. Here he is. Too bad, he just batted 370. But listen to this. He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I was right. 9 batting titles in a row for Ty Cobb, but 1916, Tris Speaker breaks it up. 386. How about that? Then Cobb wins 3 more to make it 12. Now you may question, did I just say that Tris Speaker is one of the greatest hitters of all time? Yes. You know why? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the 8th season in a row over 300. But it's not just 300 or 320 or 330. He batted over 380 in a season, over 380, 5 times. 1912, 16, 1920, 23, and we'll get to 1925. And these are all legitimate. First time he did it, 383, 153 games. Second time he does it, 1916, 151 games. See, it's not just 100 games, not just 80 games, 150. Third time he does it is 150 games, exactly. The fourth time he does it is another 150 games. And then the fifth time, okay, 117 games, but he had 429 at-bats, 389 that 1925 season. We'll get to that. How about Tris Speaker? Over 380, 5 times. How many times was Ty Cobb over 380? Well, let me look it up. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times for Ty Cobb. Ty Cobb's a better hitter than Tris Speaker. Had more hits, better batting average. career. Tris Speaker, 1916. Okay, he's bat 386, 470 on base, 502 slugging, and 274 total bases. He's only had one season over 300 total bases, but he's around the 270, 280. He had a hitting streak of 17 games, 59 games, multi-hit, 59, 2 or more hits. 39 2-hit games, 14 3-hit games, 4 4-hit games, and he had 1 5-hit game. That's the second time he's had 5 hits in a game. 16 games, 2 runs scored, 4 games, 3 runs scored. He had 6 games of 2 RBIs, and 1 game and 2 games, 4 RBIs. Did not even have a 3 RBI game, 1916. How about Tris Speaker's 1916 season? Would you agree with me? It's one of his greatest. 211 hits. How many times has he had 200 hits in a season before this? 1 time. 1912. He gets 200 hits again 2 more times. 1920 and 1923. He ends up with 3,514 hits and a 345 batting average. Now, I'm going to rank this guy in my top 10. So far, we've done 10 seasons. 1907 through 1916. Where does he rank among the greatest of all time? He is overlooked, and he's underrated. Some players get overrated. He's underrated. What a hitter. Did you know that he only struck out 393 times in 10,195 at-bats? I'm going to keep covering this guy. I'm going to look at the rest of his career from 1917 through 1928. Let's look to see what he does each season. Let's rank him. Is he number 1? No. Babe Ruth's number 1. Ty Cobb's number 2. Luke Gehrig's number 3. And so far on my list, Stan Musial is number 4. Greatest of all time. I know you're saying Aaron, Mays, Williams, Fox, Hornsby, some of these guys, DiMaggio, Gwynn. So far, I've got Stan Musial. I just covered all his box scores. You can look it up. 3,630 hits. Who can lay that claim? How about 331 career? So far, subject to change, Stan Musial is number 4. Is Tris Speaker number 5 on my list? Got to cover the other guys before I make that determination. But I'm impressed with this guy. I really am. He's overlooked. Don't you agree? When a lot of historians and analysts on TV or people who write books, when they write about the greatest players of all time, do they have Tris Speaker in the top 10? A lot of times, I don't think they do. They put a lot of other guys before Tris Speaker. But I'm looking at this guy's career. 22 years, 10,195 at-bats. That's a key. It's not just 5,000 or 6,000 at-bats. He has 10,195. Why is that significant? Because that measures what kind of a player you are. And what is your career average after all those at-bats? So you can go into slumps. You can have a bad year. This guy was not, what's the word? He did not fail in his profession. He did not have slumps. He may have had some offers, 0 for 4, 0 for 5, some in a row, but he always came back around and proved to the baseball world that he was a consistent player by producing hits, career average, and consistency of playing every day. I've got him playing over 150 games about 7 times and over 140 games about 3 or 4 times. He's just in the lineup and he's producing. 59 multi-hit games in 1916. You know, one year he had 67 multi-hit games, and another year he had 60. All right, listen to this. Multi-hit games, two or more hits in a game. He started off his career in 1907, 3 multi-hit games, didn't play much. Then he got 8. But listen to this. When he took off, 1909, 52, then 60, 50, 67, 57, 54, 53, and 59. Those are multi-hit games in the season. And 2-hit games. 1908 he had 8. Then he goes 37, 42, 39, 42, 42, 40, 40, 39. 2-hit games. Solid player. The flaw on Tris Speaker, not a home run guy and not an RBI guy. He did have 1,882 runs scored. So he scores runs in a game. But he only had 1,500 RBIs in 22 years. You would think he'd be up to close to 2,000 if he was an RBI guy, but he's not. Only 117 home runs. But he's number 1 in doubles. 792 career doubles and 222 triples. You know, a lot of times he could have stopped at second instead of getting the triple. He would have had over 800, maybe 900 doubles if he had stopped at second. But a lot of times he rounded second and went to third and got 222 triples. How about that? What a player. I got him in my top 10 greatest hitter of all time. Maybe you can debate as far as greatest player because maybe other guys have more talent, you know, hitting home runs, RBIs, runs scored, total bases. I'll debate you on that. But as far as hitting, Tris Speaker, right up there with Ty Cobb, Hornsby, Williams, Musial, even Ruth and Garrett, because those guys had high career averages. I'm not covering Aaron and Mays yet. I will. But Aaron, 305 career. You would think it would be higher. Played a lot of years. And Mays, 302 career average. He played a lot of years. You would think those guys, those two, should have had higher career batting averages. They didn't. But they produced in home runs, RBIs, runs scored, and total bases. Yes, I'll give you that. So where do you rank Aaron and Mays in the top 10? Are you focused on home runs and RBIs and runs scored, total bases? Or are you focused also on career hits and career batting average and runs scored and doubles and triples? I'm more of a career batting average and career hits guy. I like the home runs and RBIs. And I like the combination when you have the home run, RBI, career hits, and career batting average. All excellent. You know who produces in that category? Babe Ruth. He had over 2,800 hits. Didn't have the 3,000 hits. He could have. But he pitched the first 6 years. If he doesn't pitch those 6 years, he's got 3,000 hits. You know what's good about Ruth? 2,800 hits, really good. 714 homers, we like that. 2,200 RBIs, we like that. And the 342 career batting average. So those 4 things, plus the total bases, over 5,000. You know who also has that good line going right across the board? It's Ted Williams. About, let's see, Forgot the total. What did Ted Williams' career? Ted Williams' career hits. Yeah. 2,600 hits. He would have had 3,000 hits if it wasn't for 4 years in the military, right? But his line is 2,600 hits, 521 homers, 1,800 RBIs, and 344 career batting average. See, you know another guy, Lou Gehrig. How many total hits did Lou Gehrig have? Let's see. I know he was up there, wasn't he? Lou. $2,700 hits. Yet he only played 17 years. He could have had 3,000 hits. But he also had the 493 in homers, 1,995 RBIs, and 340 career. You see, I like those 4 across the board. High numbers. Hornsby only had 300 homers. But he did have the 358, and he did have a lot of hits. In fact, he had 2,900, right? The only thing he was lacking was the home runs. He did have the RBIs. I like the guys' career hits, homers, RBIs, and career batting average. All up there. Tris Speaker doesn't have that. He has the career hits and the batting average. He doesn't have the homers and the RBIs. Stan Musial is another guy. He's 331 career average. He's not up there in the 340s. Very few guys could claim those 4 crucial numbers being really up there. Ruth, Gehrig, Williams, Musial could have those 4 numbers up there. See, Aaron and Mays don't because they have the low career batting average. But they do have the other numbers. Aaron 3,700 hits, Mays 3,200 hits. Aaron 2,200 RBIs, Mays about 2,000, right? They're just lacking in the career batting average. What other guy can you think had those career numbers? You know another guy? Jimmy Fox. I think we can put him in the 4 category being outstanding, right? Jimmy Fox, 2,600 career hits, 534 homers, 1,900 RBIs, and 325 career batting average. How about that? Fox. Can you think of another guy that has the homers, the RBIs, the career hits, and the career batting average? I'll have to do some more research on that. Hornsby had the average, 358. Cobb didn't have the homers. He had the hits, RBIs. He had 1,900 RBIs, and of course 366. Didn't have the homers. Trying to think, is there another guy, 3,000 hits, 500 homers, good batting average? Can't think of too many others. Let me do this before I sign off. I'll do this real quick. I can only think of 5 guys. Let's see. We'll do this. Career home run leaders. Yeah. There it is. Okay, so you've got Barry Bonds. Of course, he has the homers, he has the RBIs, has about 2,900 hits, right? But where does he lack? 298 career batting average. See, didn't have it. You know, Barry Bonds had 2,935 hits. Should have played one more year for the 3,000 hits. He had 1,996 RBIs, of course, the 762 homers, but the average is not there. Okay, so he doesn't qualify. I'm looking for the 4 guys: high batting average, career hits, home runs, and RBIs. Aaron didn't have the average. Ruth qualifies, 342, right? 2,800 hits, 714 homers, and 2,200 RBIs. So he's one. You can't do Pujols. Didn't have enough on the career batting average. See, his career batting average 296, so he doesn't do it. Alex Rodriguez, he doesn't do it. His career batting average 295. See, so those two guys, they're up there in the homers. Mays doesn't do it. 302. Griffey doesn't do it. Ken Griffey, 600 homers, but 284 career batting average. Tomey, no. Sosa, no. Frank Robinson, no. 294 career batting average. McGuire, no. Killebrew, no. Palmeiro, no. Jackson, Reggie Jackson, no. Ramirez, no. Mike Schmidt, no. David Ortiz, no. Mickey Mantle, no. 298 career batting average, right? Let's see. Let's look at Mickey Mantle's too. Yeah, 298. He doesn't do it. So far, I've only got Ruth. Fox does it. 325 career batting average. And then he has the other numbers. Ted Williams does it. He's got the 344. Banks, Matthew, no. Ott, no. Murray, no. But Gehrig does. 340 career batting average. And he's got the 493 homers. Stan Musial does too. He's got the 331 and he's got the 475 homers. 1,900 RBIs. And of course, 3,630 hits. So far, I only have Babe Ruth, Jimmy Fox, Ted Williams, Lou Gehrig, and Stan Musial. Only 5 guys to give me 4 outstanding numbers in career hits, homers, RBIs, and career batting average. Only 5 guys I could find. Can you think of another guy? I'm looking down the list. Yastrzemski, no. Some of the guys that had a lot of homers, that's it. Only 5 guys. And you know what? Hornsby and Cobb don't qualify. Cobb had 3 out of the 4, and so did Hornsby. All right, I'm done. 1916 batting season of Tris Speaker. Next video, 1917 season for Tris Speaker. Let's see how he does. Talk to you later. Respectfully, I'm out.